We go through our lives trying to avoid doing hard things. We try and make things easy. We want to make things as easy as possible, and I get that. But in this video, we're going to be talking about why doing hard things matters, and we're going to talk about some content that's super awesome. It's going to help you change your mindset. And you're going to find it here, right now, in this video. So let's go. Hi, my name is Joe Norman, here to inspire you every single day, and today we're talking about doing hard things. You do hard things, I do hard things, so we do hard things. And the reason for this is that I've just partnered up with Mark DRAGER, who's got a brand new podcast called We Do Hard Things. It's about changing mindsets. But so before we go and dive into that, which I'm really excited about, let's just think about, why is it that hard things build our character? Why is it that if we do hard things we feel really proud of ourselves? Well, it's all to do with nature. Nature, she is so intelligent. If things were really easy, let's think about it. If things were really easy, if you could say, well, hey, right, tomorrow I'm going to go on social media, blow up, have everything I need in the world, everything I want in the world, and boom, I've done it. And it happens like overnight. A lot of people think that, right? A lot of people think that success comes overnight, that success just happens. Let me tell you one thing. Success does not happen overnight. Dig into the stories of people who've done hard things, and you'll find a story of hard work, failure, difficulty, trauma, mindset. That's what you're going to find. Now, before I got into personal development and all this, I used to think, hey, people, they just made it. It was easy, right? It's not easy. Anything that you do as you want to be successful is difficult. It's hard because nature wants to reward you. Nature wants to say, here's your reward for putting in the work, for making a dedication, for putting in those difficult times when people didn't want to do the things they want to do, right? You're doing things that you are finding hard. Like, you know you want the outcome, but you know there's things to get there. Everybody wants a six-pack, but nobody wants to do the work. This is why people go and want to do, what's the hack? What can I do? So that's why I've seen people, I mean, I've watched this Louis Theroux documentary where people were like changing their bodies, implants for biceps and things like that, because they didn't want to go to the gym and do the work. They just wanted the look. But then there's an offbeat that you don't get the physical rewards, like the endorphins that go up when you do the difficult things. Like, you know, for me, doing the hard thing is getting up and doing the videos. Like, even now, people aren't up. Okay, I'm not as up as early as I would have been because now it's the weekend when I'm recording this. But like during the week, I have a job and I get up before that. I do that work. You know, I put in the daily videos early in the morning, do my own day job, then get off that, then get back straight onto the nation, right? And now I partner with Mark DRAGER, so I've got even more stuff to do. But do you know what? I love it because we're on a mission, right? I'm joining a mission for you to recognise that doing hard things is good, and that the people that are doing hard things now are getting amazing success. Now, there's no guarantee of it, of course, right? But the fact that you're trying, the fact that you're changing your mindset, you're going to change the person you are, and you're going to change the person who you want to become, right? This is what it's all about. It's about you knowing who you want to become. But when you think about this, and we're going to look at a little bit of content later, what will it take to become that person? People say they want to become a millionaire, but what would it take to be a millionaire? What sort of skills would you need? To become a millionaire, you need to know, firstly, how to get the money in, secondly, how to manage your money, and thirdly, how to keep the money, right? You know, how do you keep it? A lot of times when you see lottery winners, they win the lottery, but they don't know how to manage their money, so they lose it all, right? Because it's all about education, but not just about drinking it in, applying the learning, applying it. So if you want to become a millionaire, what is it going to take? What do I do with my finances right now? So it all takes those steps. If you want to become an athlete, what is it going to be? What are you going to need? You're going to do tons of training. You're going to need to get up early. You're going to have to put in the hours, right? One of my most inspiring films is Rocky, right? And now that is applied. You can see people get inspired by that. That's one of my inspiring films. So what did he do to get fit to fight Apollo Creed? He had to get up at, I think he hit the thing at 3 o'clock in the morning, going for a run. Yes, okay, right? It's, what's the word? Fiction, right? But if you think about Sylvester Stallone, what the hardness he's done to do it, he struggled with creating Rocky. Tons of people, I can't remember how many, tons of people turned the script down. And even when someone accepted the script, they said, hey, we want the script, but we don't want you in it, we want a different actor. And Sylvester Stallone, who at the time was writing it, trying to get it off the ground, wanted to be in it. He wanted to be Rocky. And he turned it down. He turned down, I think it was like $100,000 or something to make the film, to sell the script. But he didn't. He decided he'd say no. And the rest is history. What a great movie. But that film inspires me. So when I'm up against it, what am I going to do? How am I going to create videos? Am I going to keep the daily videos that I'm going? Who do I want to become? I want to help the world. I want you to feel inspired. But if I'm going to do that, then I have to become the person that's going to do that. That's going to be prepared to lean into hard things, right? And the hard things are different for everybody, right? So we've got different people, like you've got David Goggins, okay? And David Goggins is like the epitome of doing hard things. It's like, he just like absolute, his mindset's just there, but he still struggles with what's the schedule every day, and his mind will still say to him, why are you doing all of this? But that's the point, okay? That's the point. Doing these hard things, you want to become that person, you have to lean into that. So whatever the person you become is, you have to lean into that difficult thing. What's it going to take? What are the habits that sort of person would have? So for David Goggins, is doing a Navy SEAL training, being a Navy SEAL, right? So he had to go through hell with. So that's the rite of passage. There's a rite of passage to everything that you want to get to. So going back, let's hear about the We Do Hard Things podcast. What a great podcast. Fantastic interviews with some amazing people. And so, this is really another level for you to be able to look at this content and get to that next level. Of course, I want you to stay here with me as well, but I'd love you to go and check this content out. So I'm just going to give you a couple of clips from the podcast. So the first one's from Anthony Trucks, and it's about who do you want to become? Here we go.
One of the questions I have people ask in the moments that are surprising, because it'll happen, what would the person who has everything I want do right now? It's a simple question. And the thing is, if I had people say, well, I just think about what my higher self would do. We don't know that person. We haven't thought about that person. And I mean, it sounds good. Higher self. What is that? What do they got, like a crown on? What are they, are they actually high? Who is that person? So what I say is like, no, the person who has the things you want, because you can attach yourself and see what they do, how they respond. And I tell people like, hey, if I'm not around, like, what would Anthony do? Now, I'm not Jesus, but like, what would WWAD? Because it puts you in a position of like, yeah, I keep making a complaint that it's too difficult. I don't have time. All right. He would turn off the phone. He wouldn't watch Netflix. He'd sit down. He'd you can start thinking about it. And so what I would say is first, who do you want to become? And then chart out some of the actions. And then in the moments when life happens and it pops up, try to be conscious of your resistant moments, conscious of the moments that things just seem hard, and ask yourself, what would Anthony do? Or what would the person who has everything I want do? What would Mark do? Because when you put it outside somebody, you can start to think about what they might actually do. And then it's like, oh, I don't want to, but I need to. And then you do it. And then you start finding that it moves the needle. And you have success and you attach it to some positive thing. You do more of it. And after a while, you're at the table next to all your peers of people that one time you looked up to. Now they're your equals. It doesn't happen without doing that, though. And yes, no matter how far behind you might see yourself right now, the time's going to pass. It's age old. The time is going to pass. So in that time passing, be more conscious of what's happening in that time.
The next one's from James the Iron Cowboy. And this is such an important thing. I've talked about this before, is you have a choice. Check this out.
Everything should always circle back around to gratitude and the things that we get to do. I don't have to go on a 140-mile bike ride. I don't have to do eco challenge. I get to do those things. And once you realize that you get to, it changes the mindset of when you're out there suffering. And you don't have to suffer. Suffering's a choice. Where are you choosing to put your focus and attention? That's a choice that everybody has. 10% of life is what happens to us. 90% is how you choose to react to it. So how are you choosing to react to the circumstances that you're currently in and experiencing? That's a choice that you get to have. You haven't been dealt a raw hand. You have a choice to how you get to deal with the hand you've been given. Create opportunities. Man, we live in an unbelievable day and age. 2020 may suck, but we live in an unbelievable time. And there's just a lot of whiny, entitled people out there, man. I ain't got no time for it.
Well,
I'm busy living.
I think average people like me, or, people who get up and drive to a job that they don't like, to come home to a family that irritates them, to live
all
life.
choices.
Like, they look at you as this, like, you're living this adventurous, crazy life. You're cut from a different cloth. You must have been born wealthy. You have a supportive family. Like you're living this thing, but really it's a spirit, or like it's you have these adventurous elements that we could bring into our lives as average people too.
I'm an average person. I am middle America,
no,
dude.
You're not an average person.
I totally am average, dude. Look, I lost everything in the economy. I haven't made a paycheck since March. The speaking world got shut down. Like, my struggles are just like, I wake up every single day going, man, I don't feel like working out today.
Okay, talk to me about that.
Everybody knows what they want. Everybody knows what they want.
Yeah.
Not everybody knows what they're willing to sacrifice. And there's a difference between knowing what you want and showing up and sacrificing what needs to be sacrificed in order to accomplish that goal. And you don't want it bad enough until you're willing to make those sacrifices. So you're okay with those 8 pounds. You can't convince me otherwise until you do something about it and make the sacrifices required to do it. And that's the same choice that everybody else has. You can look around and you can go to your work and be grumpy, or you can go to your work and create value there, or you also have the opportunity to go get a different job. You can create your own future. Your past doesn't dictate your future. If you're unhappy doing this thing, that you're choosing to be unhappy doing what you're doing. Find the joy in it. That's 1,000% a choice. I cannot be convinced otherwise. You're choosing your own misery, and you're surrounding yourself with people that are bringing you down. There's people out there that want to see you succeed. Find those people, join up with them, and do something extraordinary. Everything else is a flat out excuse, and I will not take it. I won't tolerate it. I can't handle it. I've seen both sides of it. I've seen the entitlement and the excuses, and I've seen the other side of it where people have been dealt a total raw hand and have created something unbelievable from it. And therefore, I can't be convinced otherwise, because there's proof positive that you can be dealt the worst hand and create diamonds out of just nothing. And I've seen people come from nothing to millionaires, but it takes time. Nothing happens overnight. And that's back full circle. People aren't willing to sacrifice. Everybody, New Year's Eve, they know what they want. I want a better relationship. I want a better home. I wanted this new car. I want to lose these 15 pounds of this. I know what I want. I get it. We all know what you want because you've been saying it for 20 years. You don't want it bad enough because you haven't asked the right question. What am I willing to sacrifice? As soon as you say, what am I willing to sacrifice, identify those things, write them out and go, okay, this, write out the process, what it's going to take. I can't tell you how many people come to me and say, hey, I want to do an Ironman. Hey, I want to do 10 Ironmans. Hey, I want to do this, that. Great, perfect. Let's lay out the game plan. I show them the game plan. They're like, oh, that's what it's going to take? I'm out. And I'm like, okay, great. That's why you're in the 99% of people that aren't willing to put in the work and make the sacrifices. Good for you. Keep living your life. You're choosing.
And the last one I think's a really great one is from Stephen Scoggins, and about what's your legacy. Talked about that before, so check this out.
You are going to face difficult stuff. It's going to happen. Okay. And the further you want to go, the more difficult things are going to happen. Okay. At the same time, if you want to have a legacy that outlives you, okay, then you have to do something that's going to affect change long after you're gone. Right? I built a construction company. Fantastic. Yay me, right? I got great team members. Okay. My gift is not the fact that I build a multi-million-dollar business. That's what maybe the world would say, hey, this is awesome. Like he's whatever. That's not important. What's important to me is how did I lead that team? Do they have more opportunities to better their lives and better their family because I was one of the leaders? Was I worthy of being followed? Was my character and my integrity and my passion, was it so succinct that they had never had a doubt that they should just keep going? When they went through struggles, did they have me to say, hey, look, keep going. You got this. Come on. Just one more step. Just one more step. I know it hurts. I know your legs are burning. I know you want to give up. I know you do. I know you don't feel like you can breathe. I know it. I know. I've been there. I know. Just do it. Trust me. Trust me. Just please trust me. Right? That created what I'm walking into now. Right? Is this ability to affect lives at impact at scale.
Wasn't that something? I just want to remind you that I would appreciate it so much if you went over to Apple Podcasts, leave us a review, leave us a comment. It would mean a lot to me. If you're not subscribed, be sure to subscribe. And if you want to connect directly with me, you can find me on IG. Remember, those of us who have something to prove can show the world and ourselves that we have what it takes to make it happen. But you have to think big. You've got to be bold, and you must say yes. Why? Because you, me, all of us, we do hard things.
So I hope you really enjoyed that. I hope you really enjoyed this video today, because we are doing hard things. You are doing hard things. If you want to be successful, if you want to be amazing, you've got to do hard things. You're going to have to do things around the things. If you're going to say I haven't got the time, if you're saying I haven't got time for this, then you're never going to get to where you want to. You have to put in time, you have to put in effort, you have to put in learning, you have to apply the learning, you have to learn the lessons. You're going to fail a lot, and after that you're going to see where you are. Then after that you can say, okay, what do I need to review and how do I get better? And this is not just a year, 2 years. This is a lifelong exercise. Get this, a lifelong exercise. So great if you checked out the podcast, Mark Drager's podcast. We do hard things. You can catch him at markdrager.com. Search YouTube for Mark Drager. On IG is Mark Drager. So go check him out. He's brilliant. I'd really appreciate it. If you comment on those things, I will comment on that video, because I am managing the community at the moment. So I will be responding to you. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'd love it if you would go over there, give Mark some love. It would be amazing. Thanks for watching. I'd love it if you checked out these videos here. These are all my videos. I'm sure you'll find a lot of value in those. And also don't forget to subscribe. That would mean a lot to me. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to hit the bell. Don't forget to comment. Because if you hit the bell and comment, then you'll get a notification when my next video goes live. So until next time, Inspiration Nation, and I'll see you there.